How are you doing? Jump on in, you guys. We're on time. We're ready to go. It's Thursday. Woohoo! Jump on in. Let me know if you are on the replay. Let me know where you're coming in from. If you're on the replay, all of the good things. Always make sure, okay, because I never say this, but I've been reminding myself recently, like, Kirsten, if you hit the like button and if you do stuff when you engage, like, it sends it out to more people. So we definitely want that all the time. And if you're on YouTube, especially, subscribe. So how are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you. I am going to talk today about estrogen and why estrogen comes back into the conversation in midlife. So don't tune out if you think whatever, just this will help you, I promise you, because again, I'm 150% million% convinced that if you know why your body is doing what you're doing, you will go, oh, then that's why I have to stay the course over here, or I have to incorporate this more over here, whatever it is, because then you're like, oh, you're working with understanding. You're not just putting a bunch of Band-Aids on your body and trying to make it work. Okay, so good morning, Sue. Good to see you. Good morning, Geraldine. Happy Thursday. Yeah, it's so good to see everybody today. All right, so let's dive in just a little tiny bit. And then I'm doing something on Instagram today where my hair is really funny. So I am doing something on Instagram today that's just a little different, meaning I'm practicing on Instagram how to have like automatic replies for people who want information right away. So we'll see if that works. It may or may not. Good morning, Terry. Good to see you. And then I was like going to set it up for Facebook and I'm like, it wouldn't let me. And I'm like, I don't understand, but that's okay. That is okay. So if you've never seen any of my content before, my name is Kirsten Liebelt and I live in Minnesota and I have all my life and I'm Italian. And that's probably all you really need to know because as you can imagine, just a lot of food, a lot of emotional connections to food, a lot of obesity, type 2 diabetes. My life, when I got married at 22, and I had said to my husband when I was dating him, I just hope my dad lives long enough to walk me down the aisle. That's kind of where we were. Now, he lived until I was 30, but then at 30, he was 63. He died from type 2 diabetes. And he had then spent all of that time, that entire time of my 20s was his 50s. And his 50s were spent with medical procedures and surgeries, heart surgery and pacemaker and kidney dialysis and all of the fallout of diabetes not properly being taken care of. But he had this like slew of medication, just like a buffet of medication. And it just didn't seem to matter because nothing was really set up to help him reverse anything or turn anything back. It was really only meant to manage, and it didn't do it very well, right? According to the results that came, which was death. And I now, having been gestational diabetic with my first baby, should have been the one in my family to be diabetic. Should have been. In fact, when my dad needed a kidney transplant and I was a match, the U of M, Minnesota said no. No can do, little girlfriend, because I had been gestational, but also he started his type 2 diabetes around when I was born. And they were like, yeah, no, we won't even consider you because it's so genetic. Now we know that's not true. I mean, there can be dispositions, but no. Any hoodle. So I should have been the one with type 2. I'm the only person in my immediate family that has avoided type 2 diabetes. I'm the only one. And I just did the opposite of my dad. My dad did medications. I did supplementation. That's what I teach with food ingredient trade-outs. And here we are today chatting Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central about insulin resistance. And then, of course, we have a Facebook group with all of the good things and the challenges and everything. Gina, good morning. Welcome to my live. I'm so glad to see you here. So Gina and I connected last night on TikTok. And she's very hungry to learn how to shift her world. And so I'm really glad that you're here. You know, she said, I'm not on Facebook very much, but I'll go over there to, you know, get in the group and do all the things. And I'm like, taking action. It's what cures everything. Good morning, Marilyn. Oh, it's always good to see you, girlfriend. It's always good to see you, Marilyn. Barb from Ontario, Patty, hi, sweet lady. Oh, the group's all here. The gang's all here. Okay, very, very good. And am I missing anything over here? I don't think Susan, good morning. See, I did miss something. I did miss that. Good morning, Susan. So I'm just going to say Susan's testimony one more time here before we jump in. Susan, she did the total body reset over the last 90 days of the year. So October, November, December, and she lost 18 pounds and she's 66 years old. And the reason why that's important is because we are leaving so much trash. Oh, it's my age that I can't lose weight. Oh, it's, you know, obesity is genetic. That's such a crock of caca. All of these things. But I'm here to say that this is hormonally driven. Insulin, cortisol. Did you know GLP-1's a hormone? Anybody? Okay, there we go. Your body actually produces it. So let's get your body to produce it more and more and more. So good morning, Joan. Good to see you. She said, let's jump in. She's ready. Renee. Hi, Renee. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Jackie, good morning. Oh my gosh, you guys are all here. Okay, we're going to jump in. So we're going to talk about estrogen, but this is why. We've done this before, but golly, jeepers, if you can get this understanding, I'm telling you, you can feel so much better about the steps that you're taking. All right, hold on. I'm looking for okay, here we go. So when estrogen leaves the building, right, insulin takes over. And I feel like this is that missing link. This is the missing link as to why we as women feel so freaking unheard. We feel so dismissed. We feel so like it's not okay for you just to tell me, well, this is your age. This doesn't make sense. And why is it this huge mountain, like, oh, this is how I feel. And maybe you do too, and maybe you don't. I don't know. But it's always been like, oh, hormones, they're so hard to understand. Who could possibly know the mysteries of hormones? Instead, we're just going to tell you, eat less, move more. Okay, move along now, darling. You must just not be tracking your food very well. You must just be eating more than you think. You must just be, you're not moving enough. You're not. All of this BS. It's just crap. And we have to act like take this, like just rip it out of that medical matrix's hand and say, I'm just going to advocate for myself. I think I can do a better job. I mean, honestly, all you have to hear is that somebody is 66, lost 18 pounds in 3 months. Like, finally, the body released fat. Why? That's what we talk about all the time. Every day. So, have you ever noticed like your body doesn't respond the way that it used to? You used to skip breakfast and feel fine. Now, maybe some of you might feel kind of dizzy at like 10 a.m. That's a possibility. Maybe you used to fast until noon and now you're kind of shaking and you're tired or you're craving sugar or you just crave sugar in general a lot. You used to be able to get back on track after a weekend and now it takes a week to feel normal, which, you know, hello. You're not crazy. You're not crazy. You're not lazy. This is not a character flaw conversation. This is a hormonal conversation. Your metabolism has changed because your hormones have changed. All right. And insulin just became the loudest voice in the room. And when you have high insulin, fill in the blank, type it in the chat. What do we say all the time? When your insulin is high, what can't you do? What will your body not do? Burn fat. Okay, so if insulin just got really loud, probably, I mean, like I'm 60, I'll be 61 here. This happened to me 10 years ago. Let's pretend I didn't get any of this information, any of this knowledge to lose the 3 sizes that I've lost in my 50s. I'm spending this entire decade thinking I'm a freaking lame loser because I don't understand that. Oh, as my estrogen, my insulin increased and I can't burn fat if I have high insulin. That's why it's so fun now to work with y'all because we're 50s, 60s, and 70s. And you're like, oh, I feel like I just found a key. I found a key that I get to take with me. It's like, yes, you did. Yes, you did. So, estrogen is like the gentle voice of reason in your metabolism. She helps insulin do her job quietly. So, think about like Charlotte's Web. I don't know why that just came to me. But Charlotte, she was just quiet and she just did her job silently. So that's kind of estrogen. Okay. Get inside my brain, right? Welcome to my brain. She helps insulin do her job quietly, keeping blood sugar balanced, keeps your mood stable. So you're not a freaking crazy person, right? And your fat burning is continuing to go. All right. When you are in your cycle, estrogen rises during the first half of your cycle and you are more sensitive. So that's what was happening before all of this mess, right? So you could fast, you could eat lighter, you could be more energetic. All of these things are happening. But if your lifestyle or your stress has insulin resistance brewing, estrogen can't do her job. So instead of steady energy, you get bloating, brain fog, and fatigue. Bum, bum, bum. All the things that we are experiencing that we don't like. And maybe we think to ourselves, oh, that's just the way it is because somebody told us that's just the way it is. And so too bad, so sad. That's how your life is going to be. Good luck to you. Let me know when you want the injection. Let me know when you want another pill. That's kind of what happens to us, right? So the hormone roller coaster, this is where so many women get blindsided. One week you feel like your old self. The next week you feel like your genes have shrunk overnight. Okay. Estrogen starts to rise and unevenly, and insulin follows that kind of chaos. So you might notice these things. Fasting suddenly stopped working. You can't go long without eating or you crash. You gain weight even when nothing has changed. You feel wired but tired every night. So like, think of it this way, like you have a busy day, you skip breakfast, you grab a coffee, you tell yourself you'll eat later. At 3 p.m., you're starving, you're irritable, you're craving something sweet. Then you beat yourself up for having no willpower, but it's actually not willpower. Okay. It's insulin screaming because estrogen isn't there to keep her calm. This is why we are so focused on insulin and then the systems that support insulin regulation, your liver and your gut. Okay. This is what we do, right? Because when done properly, you guys, you can be like Claudette, who was 74 and lost 45 pounds in 5 months. She looks great because it wasn't about the age. It was about the hormonal conversation that nobody is having because they would rather just us think that this is like the most mountainous, hard thing to ever understand. Well, so far, I don't feel like this has been hard. Have you? That like today, has this been hard? When estrogen goes down, insulin goes up. When you have high insulin, you can't burn fat. Okay. Why is this hard? Now, the process doesn't mean that it's easy to deal with all of the pieces because we have our brains are involved, all of the indoctrination that we've been given, our hearts are involved, all of the emotional connections to food. Trust me, I know all of it. I know it all. I know the language because I probably invented it. So anyway, just saying, I'm just saying. Here we go. Kathy, good to see you. Gina, you're on Mounjaro. Yep. Some of you are on injections for sure. Good morning. Snowy in Tennessee, Lynn. That's probably kind of special for you guys because you probably don't get it all the time. I have friends in Tennessee. So many friends. They do love it down there. So, yep, Patty said you can't burn fat. You are so smart, Patty. And Patty has good testimony herself. Patty's my one that says, I have never been able to stick with a program before in my life. And she feels so much more in control over food. Like the control came back. That's amazing. Insulin loud and fat is louder if you let it. Good one. I know. Oh my gosh, that's like that freight train of weight gain. It's like, what is happening? And you feel like you just cannot stop it. Good morning, Gloria. Good morning to you. Happy New Year. I heard your name pop up for a while. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Got just a few more things here. Not too much. All right. So menopause, when estrogen clocks out. When estrogen drops for good, the metabolism shifts gears completely. So this is why you're in a different land, and listening to somebody who's in her 30s and she still has her estrogen isn't helpful, and it can make you feel like you're doing something wrong. So estrogen used to help your cells listen to insulin. Remember, this is a cellular conversation. This is a hormonal conversation. This is not a calorie in, calorie out conversation. Calories have their place, but that's not the primary driver. Only from the medical community and the insurance company community for all of eternity past has calories been the driver of conversation. It's like BS. But anyway, it's really messed us up. It's probably why it's so passionate. So estrogen to help your cells listen to insulin. Now she's gone. So insulin becomes the boss, and she's not a nice one. I really did like that. Okay. So without that balance, here's what shows up. Okay. So this is what probably y'all have been experiencing. Some of you are experiencing the reversal of it right now. Mwah. This is exciting. Some of you, you're like brand new. Belly fat wasn't there before. That's actually visceral fat. Did you know that? Visceral fat is underneath the fat that you can pinch. So it's dangerous. It's like inflammatory. It's like hormonally, it's emitting hormones. But the key is that visceral fat is under your boob all the way down. It's in your trunk area. Okay. That is your visceral fat. So anything going on there, all the way down. Okay. This is important because all of a sudden you're like, what the heck? What the heck? Why is my belly there, right? Maybe you have fatigue after meals, trouble sleeping, or you're waking up at 3 a.m., cravings for sugar or comfort foods. Like what? Of course, right? Mood swings or anxiety. I love the fact that one of the results that I hear from you is that your anxiety has disappeared. Doesn't that just make us feel like we weren't the crazy person? We feel validated when we realize that just a little bit of balance and we can bring down that anxiety. And it never had to be this hard as they made it. It never had to be as hard as they made it. And it never had to only be a prescription answer. All of these years. Man, amazing. So maybe you go to dinner with friends, you order a healthy salad, but you still feel puffy and bloated later. You're thinking, I didn't even have dessert. Like, what's going on? That's insulin holding on to water, salt, and fat because your estrogen isn't there to say, we're good, let it go. So the estrogen just isn't there anymore. So now what can you do? Well, this is where I teach both sides of the coin, right? I teach the food ingredient trade out side of the coin, and I teach the targeted supplementation side of the coin. Because the truth is that you can detail your body and get it to deliver you a different result. You can. You can do it through food. And if you will stop just buying every sample of, supplement that you see at Costco or something your girlfriend's taking or somebody that's on their Amazon list or whatever, start being super specific and your body will go, it'll rise to the occasion. Your body will go, oh, so it's kind of like food starts the fire and of starting to really heat up what's going on in your body. And if you have very specific supplementation, when done correctly, it'll pour gasoline on that fire because your body, it's literally like taking it to a mechanic. That's what that's doing. Okay. So these are the things that I would recommend when it comes to food. Eat protein. in the morning only. Like, be a protein forward thought process. We're not getting enough protein, women. We're not. I know some people say that it's also hype that we talk about protein so much, but listen, you want to protect your lean muscle mass. I think the confusion comes in when people are trying to get their protein from grains and legumes, not when you're insulin resistant. Not when you're insulin resistant. That is a no-no, because it's too sugar spiking and calling on insulin. If every single one of you would get a CGM, you would see what's happening when you do that. Like 1 cup of beans, I'm not talking green beans, those are fine, but 1 cup of like pinto or black beans is like 45 grams of carbs. It's a lot. And the medical community is lying to you by telling you can have 40 to 45 grams of carbs per meal. That's insane when you're insulin resistant. That's insane. I'm so tired of listening to people tell me that they're doctors. I'm not tired of the people talking to me. I'll never get tired of that. But hearing that doctors are like, well, I'd like your numbers to be better, but I'm good with them. What do you mean by that? Why am I not going home with a chart to understand the direction I should be going? Okay. So the protein, I got up this morning. I had 2 eggs, sausage from Amy Lou. It was the andouille sausage. So I had high protein for breakfast. That's what I did. Now I'm stable, right? Just to kind of let you know. Don't skip meals thinking that it will speed up fat loss. It'll backfire when your insulin is high. Now, hold on. That doesn't mean you should be eating all the time. That whole thought process of constantly eat and snack to keep your metabolism going. No, not when you're insulin resistant. Because every time you eat, you're calling on insulin. And you actually don't want to be doing that. So if now I won't be hungry for 4 hours, 5 hours, that's a good goal, right? Don't be snacking in between. If you focus on proper protein, you will be able to feel satiated and nourished and stable and calm, etc. Okay. So hold on just a second. I want to do something here. Hold on. I'm just looking up a little something for you. Yeah. So this is the whole thought process. Now you have to understand, you don't bring back estrogen to your youthful days. I mean, you can do bioidentical, you can do different things. You probably need to go to a functional medicine doctor, right? You need to do things like that. I never did do that. Now, I'm not saying people shouldn't. I'm just saying that right at the precipice of me being in menopause and losing my cycle, I had already been, just prior to it, I started working with adaptogenic herbs, and that really helped me a lot. But this is what you need to know in connection to insulin resistance. You can help your body work better with the estrogen that you do have and reduce the damage of insulin resistance that is caused when estrogen drops. And you can start to feel normal again, if that makes sense. You really can. The other thing that you can do is, and maybe this is symptomatic. I'm wondering if I kind of wanted to go down a road. I'm questioning in my brain if I want to go down that road today or not. Yeah. So basically, I'm not going to go down a certain road. So basically, what I wanted to say was, what you don't maybe understand is that when we talk about the liver, your liver actually governs your hormones. Your liver actually governs the stability of blood glucose. And so if your liver is sluggish and it's tired and it's worn out and it's fatty and you don't have a gallbladder anymore and it's sluggish and it's thick and there's no flow. This is what is happening to your hormones, whether it's cortisol, insulin, estrogen, GLP-1, ghrelin, leptin. They're all of your hunger and satiety hormones, and your blood sugar helper hormone, and your stress helper hormone. And all of these hormones are very janky, and they're not being governed very well because your liver is like fighting to function. It's just like fighting. It's like in a rocking position. It's like, help me. So this is why we talk about the liver all the time. GLP-1 is made in your gut. That is the hormone that everybody is trying to get the injection, right? And some of you are on that. And it's something that your body, you can get it to begin to naturally produce more of if you support the systems. So this is why I can have a client that's 74 and is losing all that weight in a short amount of time, because we're finally dealing with the systems, the internal systems of her body. Like finally, she may have never done that. And think about that. You're on over-the-counter meds, you're on pharmaceuticals, you're maybe you spent a life like me, completely addicted to sugar, eating a lot of like processed, highly processed fast foods, a lot of seed oils, whatever. And your liver is like really like, and your gut is like leaking all of your nutrients. You have leaky gut. Insulin resistance is causing leaky gut. Your insulin is high. You have inflammation all over your body. That's the picture. That's what we're doing. And then you wake up and you ache and you can't get down on the floor anymore because you hurt. And you think like, why is this anxiety here and why won't it go away? And I never had indigestion before. What's that? And my belly just keeps on growing. Why? I can't, I barely eat and bloated. Okay. That's where I talk to you guys all the time about the total body reset, right? So here we go. Claire. Laura, I don't know where to get natural estrogen. I've never done it. Good question though, right? Probably probably a functional med doc. Claire, she says, thanks for telling us the truth. You're welcome. Listen, I should not be the only one that knows any of this stuff. And I'm not a doctor. I did work with a naturopath though. Gina says, this was amazing. And I will be back tomorrow. You have to go watch the granddaughters. Oh my gosh, enjoy your grandbabies. It's the best season ever. I have 3 grandsons. You'll watch the rest of it later. Perfect, Gina. Love you. So glad you're here. So the total body reset. And this is where we're going to get to practice on Instagram if you want to. Even if you already know my stuff, you can practice and see if it gets sent to you. We'll find out. So the total body reset are basically, it's just 6 pieces in a bundle that I sourced for myself. And I started a little over 10 years ago. So this is not some marketing campaign with a poster from a company. This is me. This is just me, Kirsten. And I started with working to get my insulin and my sugars down, working to start getting my liver function up and my metabolism going. And that's where I started with the trio. Okay. 3 simple supplements. This one you take 3 times a day. And then these 2 you take twice a day. Okay. And they're little, they're not that big. Okay. And that's all the pills that are in the entire total body reset. Just those 3. Because I know there's some of you don't like pills. I don't blame you. So there we go. We're going to put that down. Then the next 3 pieces are the product or the powders. Now you'll notice that there's already one in the total body reset for liver. Okay. But now we're going to add more for the liver. So this is the gut primer, liver. Like this is so amazing. The greens are already fermented. Anybody who has diarrhea, constipation, indigestion, leaky gut, you're just a mess. This is where you can actually start to really see like you've got to move that impacted waste. You've got to move the toxins. You've got to get your liver like that engine whirring again. Like, come on, go. That's what you need because your liver is what produces bile. And if you have sluggish, sludgy bile and there is no flow, this is why you're like back, your liver's right under your right boob. Okay. It's right under your right boob. So put your hand right under your right boob and go, wow, that's a long way between my right boob and exiting out the other end. there's a lot of space and it's starting way up here and it's not working, starting way up here. We should probably deal with that. Yeah, because you want to regulate your hormones. You want to regulate the glucose in your blood. You want your liver, which is your fat metabolizing organ, to actually work for you again. Because I'm pretty sure you're thinking you'd like your fat metabolized. Anybody want to lose more fat? Not everybody, but most of the people that are on my content do. So this is all of your greens, but they are fermented. And then they put in post and prebiotics, digestive enzymes, alkaline spices, so you can smell the ginger and the turmeric. It tastes like green tea. It does not taste like chocolate. I'm not going to lie. I put this in a small amount of water, froth it up, and I take it like a wellness shot every freaking single morning. And when I travel and I'm sitting a lot in a conference or I'm on an airplane a lot, I'll do one in the morning and I'll do one at night before I go to bed. Because travel is very dehydrating and all sorts of blah, blah, blah. So there's only really amazing goodness, organic goodness, okay? That's the powder. That's the fourth piece. The fifth piece is the powder probiotic that has 5 live strains. Stick to the gut technology, technology. What that means is that it makes it all the way down through your acids and it sticks to the side of your gut. It does the job it needs to do. Okay. So everything's tested to make sure that this is happening. And this matters. You want for your immune system, you want for your digestive tract to be able to have proper good bacteria put back into it. And then the last one is literally, this is a Moro blood orange extract. It comes from the oranges of southern Italy. When they discovered this and they started putting this into, products like this, this is where your body composition changes. So people who are like, gosh, I wish I could lose inches, like, my bust, my waist, my hips. That's what this is. Okay. Some of you have lost 13, 14 inches over the course of an entire year. You take this and you go 90 days on, 30 days off. You don't let your body get used to it. I'm on my 30 days off right now. Tastes like orange candy. It literally tastes like orange pixie sticks. So I'm like meow, meow, because I don't like being without it. But anyway, it's okay. But measure under your boob, your waist, and your hips, because this is the body composition changer. But it's not just changing like, oh, yay, you're in a different size and I'm excited for you. It's literally targeting the visceral fat, and the visceral fat is the fat you do not want. You do not want to wake up and get a diagnosis of fatty liver. You do not want to wake up. I had somebody that went from a fatty liver bad to mild. Like, the results are there. The labs show up and produce. So good for people to understand that. When you get lab results, it starts to equal a little bit more like peace of mind. All of a sudden, your efforts match your results. When you start to do things that actually change your body composition, you're like, oh, my efforts actually matter. So these are the total body reset. If you are on, if you are on Instagram, even if you already know my content and you just want to try it, practice it, you can put total body reset. You have to be on Instagram. Total body reset or TBR in the comments, and it should trigger an automatic response for you. And I'm testing people. I'm testing. So these are the total body reset. For everybody else, I'll tell you how to just get information here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what I've been doing. And then this is where you guys crush my results. It took me way longer to figure everything out on the front end and to source everything to bring it to you than for you guys to actually get the results. I'm just saying. Hold on. I'm just going to show you quickly before we jump off, and then I'm at 11 a.m. Central tomorrow. But my site is kirstenliebelt.com. KirstenLiebelt. This is what it looks like, just in case you wanted to know. And you can flip it in your camera. Okay. This is my site, and the total body reset is right here. Second button right there. And when you do touch on that, for anybody who needs a little bit more understanding, There's my video. I lay it out in 9 minutes. So there are some people that are like, I really would like to know more information. I don't have clear understanding. And listen, a confused mind does literally nothing. So my goal every day is to make this as simple as possible so that you can get your internal engine shifting the way it functions so that you can get a completely different result. Because I already know the conversations. What used to work doesn't work anymore. And you're frustrated and you're discouraged and you just want to give up. And I already know what that's like a million times over. Like, I quit so many times in my life, it's ridiculous. But also too, on my total body reset, here's my story. My story is on here in text. So if anybody's like, well, who are you and what, why are you here? You can get my story, because otherwise you get it bits and pieces, right? Jody, good morning. Falling asleep on your left side helps too. Left side is very amazing. I remember when I was giving birth, and my youngest especially, the nurse came in and she goes, listen, he needs to change positions. So if you will lay on your left side, and it is because it's just the way your organs fall or whatever. And within 15 minutes, he flipped like a somersault. It was amazing. Joan says, man, this is a great explanation of biology. Joan, you're awesome. Thank you. I have notes from the start and you have them in a binder to go back to refer to. Joan, you're amazing. And I'll tell you, it's like a success. It's a success principle, right? And what I mean by that is if somebody has what you want in life, and if you will copy them, if you will spend time. So what, Joan, every day, what you do is you come and you spend time around somebody who just went before you. Doesn't mean I know everything. Doesn't mean I'm an expert. Doesn't mean I'm a doctor, but I just went before you, or I do some of the research or whatever. It's the exact same principles here. It's all the success principles are the same. If you are willing to actually get around the person who is further along than you are, and you, Joan, you've been so consistent. You have been so not everybody is willing because it's not always convenient in the time of day. It's not always easy to change out a habit of, instead of watching TV, I'm going to go listen to that replay, or I'm going to make sure I'm in the Facebook group and I'm going to get in on the challenge and all of the different things. And you advocate for yourselves and people will do exactly what they want to do. Do not ever be confused. I do not ever feel like I am going to be for everybody. And I do not feel ever like this is how I know this is true, because there are people who will say to me, I've watched you for a year and I'm finally ready. And that was your journey, and that there's nothing wrong with that. But not everybody is going to do what you're doing. And you have to be proud of yourself for actually taking the action. I even look on my own business journey. And when we started in business, my husband and I were very, very grateful. So Joan, I feel like I'm you quite a while ago when I started to get into business. I was so grateful for anybody that would give me the time, that would help to coach me, that would give me their mindset that I did not have, that would sow into me, that would pour into me. And I just never missed anything, because I was just like, and Joan, you're just the same. You're just like me. You show up and you show up and you show up and you show up. And you're literally rewriting a language in your brain as to how you will take this key with you forever. And it's the same thing with me. Now, I did the same thing with the food and the supplementation, because I've done a lot of study, right, to get to where I am. Why is this working for me? I need to understand, why is this, what else should I tweak? And I dove in. But when it came to business, I just sat and I listened and I listened and I listened and I listened and I took notes and I took notes. I just talked about this actually the other night at our business meeting, about how I've taken notes and notes and notes, because I wanted so badly to be on the other side of something. And Joan, you're the same way. You want so badly to be on the other side that you're willing to invest in yourself and in your time. It's just, I want all of you to know how important that is. And if nobody else will tell you today that they are proud of you, any one of you, I will tell you, I am so proud of you, because somebody else is binging on Netflix right now. Somebody else is too tired to take the time to listen in and to actually find one nugget. You just need one thing a day to implement. You don't need to know it all at once. It's not possible. It's not possible. That's not how that works. You don't take somebody else's years of whatever and then you like microwave it and poof, it's done. You have to walk the journey yourself, because the thoughts in your head are different to overcome. The emotions in you are different to overcome. Your story, your history, what somebody said to you as a child is going to be different than what somebody said to me. And I even recognize that in business a lot. But I had to get to the point where I was willing to assess myself to know these things. So just anyway, I'm really proud of you. That I just want you to know that. Terry says, I keep showing up because it's like a vitamin for me. Wow, Terry, that's really cool. And Terry, I know I talk about her all the time. Probably tired about hearing about Terry. But at 62, she had already started changing out her foods. And then she came across my content and she heard about the total body reset. Okay. Heard about these 6 little pieces, this bundle. And she started doing that. And she lost 50 pounds. You can always correct me if I ever say anything wrong about you guys. 50 pounds in 8 months. And she has kept it off for over a year. She's off of a fibromed. I do know that. And probably has some other things that have shifted in her world. But I'm just telling you, like, you can feel like you've been given a key, and then you can just hold on to that forever. You can take it with you forever. It's just amazing. Gloria, where's the bread recipe found? I'm so glad you asked, Gloria. Let me show you very quickly. So let me see. On my screen, Gloria, just for you, here's my site, KirstenLiebelt.com. Okay, KirstenLiebelt.com. She's asking about the egg white bread recipe that I make. It's a protein bread. There's no grain. So when you go onto my site and you see my face right here, okay, scroll up, and right underneath my before and after picture right here, you're going to see free resources right here. And one of them will be the egg white protein bread recipe. And you can click on that. And then it will show you the bread, the recipe. Well, you can't see it. I guess it's all shiny, but my light and some other pieces, whatever, like how to get the protein powder, yada, yada, yada. So that's how you get that. Does that help you, Gloria? I hope so. So tomorrow we will be back. We will be back at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, because that's what we do. And we'll talk about insulin resistance again. So I'm so proud of you guys for staying on your journey. This community of women that has really embraced this understanding of biology, shifting your liver, your gut, and your insulin has been such a gift to me, because it helps us all to be able to just put shame down, because this is not about shaming ourselves. We didn't know what we didn't know. And the things that I was taught from my family, from my culture, and from the medical community were really bad. They weren't helpful. Not at all. So I'm rewriting truth on my heart, truth in my mind, truth biologically speaking. I'm rewriting truth on me, and my results are showing up. So I went from a 2X, lost 3 sizes in my 50s. I kept it off, not on any meds. I'll be 61, and I'm the only person in my family to have avoided type 2. And I'm never going back. I'm never going back, baby. So anyway, we need to show up for changes to take place, Linda says. Yes. Yes, Linda. Jackie says, thank you, Kirsten. I find that listening daily keeps me thinking about, oopsie, hold on, my health daily. Yep. Praise God. Praise God. Oh, Linda, she says, you are a great inspiration. Well, I'll tell you, this has been my own God journey, and I know that I wasn't given it just for me. So you guys showing up matters. You're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your own, like, family, your own memories. I got grandbabies, and I don't want, it's why, you guys, I told you this yesterday, I have a little mini squat machine now that I'm using because I want legs that are strong this year. I have my little vibration plate because I want to work on my lymphatic system. Like, we all have goals. I don't want somebody to have to take care of me. My mother-in-law right now is 92 years old. She lives in North Dakota. She's currently in Florida visiting. She flew 92, flew to Florida to spend time with her daughter, son-in-law, grandchildren, etc. for a few months in the winter. My husband got pictures of his mom out on a pontoon boat. She lives alone in North Dakota in a little apartment. Are you freaking kidding me? She's still living and enjoying life at 92. Hashtag goals. That's what I anticipate my life will be. I can see it. What a blessing. What a blessing. So, hi, Lori. Oh, good. Yeah, Lori. Very, very good to see you. So you can make you do this for you. Do this for your own, future and family. Julie says it was freezing there. Oh, I hope it unfroze. I don't know if you meant like the Instagram feed, Julie, or if you mean the weather. Hold on. I want to see if I missed anything. Okay. We're going to jump off. Susan, the best I have done. It all makes so much sense. I know. And do you know, I apologize. I did not tell people about how you can get money off. And I should have done that right away. And I didn't do that. If you are a registered customer and you do not check out as a guest, like Susan would be a good example, right? So she already did her 90 days. She did October, November, December. That means that when you purchase 150 or more 3 months in a row, on her third month in December, I may be wrong, like maybe she started before then, but in December, she got $75 off her order because it's built into the consistency system. And then you go another round and you go another round. And anybody who is starting in January and you didn't cash in on the New Year bonus, you get one more opportunity. You start in January. In February, you'll get $50 off. And then in March, you'll get your normal $75 off. So there has been no better time to start a consistency pattern where this will take you now to tax day. Today's the 15th of January. This takes you all the way to tax day and spring. So get paid back for your wellness journey. Don't miss out on that. My vibration plate, Linda, good question. I actually got mine off of Amazon. And that's the other word that people on Instagram can drop today. If you want to test my automation, put Amazon in the comments and it should send you my Amazon favorites list. I'm just trying things. So make it easier for people. When you go to my site here, right here, Linda, there's my face. Just go up just a tiny bit right there. There's like a little, there's a shopping bag right there. Click on the shopping bag, just like that. And this is my Amazon list. And if you scroll up, you'll see the vibration plate right here. And I think yesterday it was $99. Today it's $99. So it's the same as today. And this is new to me, but so far I love it. I love it a lot for a lot of reasons. I love it because I think there's a parasympathetic thing with it, meaning like, because I run a little higher cortisol, it feels really good for me. but I also like being on it and being able to kind of squat down and balance on it, kind of like you're on a surfboard. And I like how I have that lymphatic flow going on at the same time that I'm using my larger muscles like that. So that's just for me. That's just my brain. So what's better, rebounding or vibration? Good question. You know what? I'm sure that they do different things, but rebounding is really good too. It is. I just didn't want, I feel like for me, if they were the same, and I feel like they probably have different benefits, each of them, because I can also sit and put my feet on a thing, a vibration machine, and just sit on my couch and do my work. I can do that. I can, whatever. I can stand on the vibration plate and I can answer people. I can do different things. I can multitask. But I just don't really have as much space as I would like to add a rebounder. So I was like, I don't know. And for me, it's a personality thing of just jumping and jumping. I just don't know. So, but that's a great question. Something to look into for sure. Because I bet they both have really distinct benefits. And either way, no matter what you're doing, your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. You need to have movement. You have to get up off the couch and go walking. You have to start doing something that makes your lymphatic system move. You have to be the one to like rub underneath your armpits and open up your lymphatic drainage here up in your clavicle area. And you've got lymphatic drainage, that's why gua sha works, where you're moving the toxins out and down and you're getting them to leave your body. But that's why then liver, your liver, it all has to go through your liver. You've got to get your liver pushing those flowing, the toxins out of your body. If you do all of this lymphatic stuff and you're just like drain, and then it just sits in your liver and turns to sludge, that did not benefit you as much as you would want it to. So that's why then like that, the whole bile conversation can get so much better. And the bloating conversation can get so much better with people who are like working my program, if that's what you want to call it. So there you go. Anyway, any hoodle. Okay. You have a very hard time taking supplements. Oh, I'm so glad you're mentioning this. You don't have a scheduled routine. Okay, I'm just going to set you free right now. Do not think about that. Don't even worry about it. The reason why, especially this one here, they say take it half an hour before a meal. They're trying to help you with your appetite control because it will actually help you to reduce your cravings and your appetite. But it's the trace minerals that are in here that you want in your system throughout the day. So do not let that mess you up. Just think in terms of sometime in the morning, sometime in the afternoon, and then one little extra one later in the day. I hope that helps you. I really do. Because I do know we get messed up with that. Like a lot of people have that same question. You're not alone. But don't let that mess you up. Be super simplistic. Think in terms of my body needs those trace minerals. It's just like the magnesium deficiencies that we have. It's like, oy vey, we have so much magnesium deficiency, but it can fix so many things. You just need to get the magnesium into your system. Okay, you just got to get it in there, get that, because we have leaky gut, we have deficiencies because of our soil and our food and all these things. Blah, blah, blah. So it's the same thing. These trace minerals, one of them helps to bring down your insulin. One of them helps to bring down your blood sugar. So just be systematic, be consistent, spread out, consistent. I just described you. Oh, good, you did TBR. We'll see. We'll see if it sends people things. You did, and Susan got 50 off in January because she got her New Year's bonus. So see what happened with her. She got $75 off in December because she did 3 months in a row of 150 or more subtotal. She's a registered customer. And then in January, they went, oh, you did it again. Here's another 50. I mean, these New Year bonuses are really making people happy. People are happy right now. You're welcome. Okay, good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that it helped. Anyway. All right. You guys are amazing. You're awesome. Have such a very good day. And if you want I don't know if I said it on Instagram, if you put Amazon in the comments, you'll get my Amazon faves list. If you care, if you just want to test it, you can do it. And if not, don't worry about it. But all right. Have such a good day. I'll see you tomorrow at 11. All right. Tonight, I'm going to go see a dinner and a show. It's a play. It's an off-Broadway play. It's going to be White Christmas. So I'm extending my little holiday here. So we get to go out with friends. Have a good day, you guys. Love you so much. Don't forget to reach out if you need something.